There's no easy way out. Down, down. Welcome back to Fall Entertainment. There's no easy way out, Alexandria. There's no easy way out if you are a part of the Saviors, because you're going to get blown into a million smithereens, brother. There's no easy way out if you belong to that jobber family with the two jobber kids and Jesse and their daddy that died at the end of season 5. Rick is going to get PTSD for a woman that he's only known 10 seconds. But let's dive into this episode. It's considered amongst the nerdiest Walking Dead fans out there as the greatest episode of all time, because you know why, folks? I'll tell you why. Millions and millions of walkers, millions of CGI walkers, fake zombies walking about. We haven't seen that so far 6 seasons into this show. Let's debunk it, let's talk about it, let's discuss it. We kick off here. We've got Daryl, Abraham, Sasha. They're driving, they're trying to get back to Alexandria. They're in that fuel truck. They get stopped by a group of armed men on motorcycles. Turns out this is the Saviors. Negan. You've already seen the Saviors at this point, but this is the first time they've shown their hand towards the group. I mean, I guess they kind of showed their hand previously when they pulled up in the woods. Hey, we gotta take that hand off. Negan won't be a happy boy. Well, anyway, they're going to take more on the hand. They want everything that Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl have. But before...
Well, they just want half of everything, to be fair.
Well,
They want half your shit.
Half everything, completely, all of it, whatever, right? But Daryl, he gets took to the back of the fuel truck with some jobber guy. Then the guy's like, you know what? I told you not to ask questions, Abraham. You're out here with your big suit on. I'm not gonna kill you. Oh, wait, I am gonna kill you.
I mean, this guy probably looked at the state of fucking Abraham and thought he deserved to die just for the way he was dressed.
You know what? I agree with him. I think Abraham looked like an absolute fud here.
I mean, even if this guy was going to consider letting him live, Abraham deserved to die for his outfit.
I agree.
See if it was a case of pick one to kill. Abraham's just sticking out like a sore thumb here.
He is sticking out like a sore thumb, but Daryl presses his sore thumb on the RPG, flies through the air, blows up these guys. So at this point, the Saviors are like, 15 members down to Rick's group. I thought this entire sequence was fucking cringe. From the interaction between Abraham and Sasha and the Saviors, between Daryl getting the upper hand at this guy at the back of the truck and no one fucking hearing it, it's just ridiculous.
Well, I think it's disappointing that you didn't like it, because I thought it was probably the best part of the episode, and I know it's unpopular, but for me it went downhill after this.
Yeah, was it probably the best part of the episode? Yes, but would you agree it was cringe? It was done in such comic book fashion to me.
No, I don't think so.
You enjoyed it? That's fair enough. We can disagree on this channel.
One of us was alright.
One of us ain't going to greet here. Abraham then walks away. Daryl's like, what a bunch of assholes.
Is it really comic book fashion, or is it just them making women look strong? I mean,
I'm not really... Yeah, the Sasha bit did annoy me, but I don't know. Just the way Abraham's standing there and this guy's like, I'm not going to kill you. Oh, wait, yeah, I am. Then the whole Daryl thing. Like... Daryl just... What happened to Daryl? What happened to the guy with an ounce of fucking charisma? Listen here, olive oil. What happened to that guy? Is the oil ran out?
Yeah, plus when Daryl kills the Savior at the back of the truck, you'd think someone would hear it.
Yeah.
I get it, Daryl's a stealth guy and, he can do things quietly.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff
he got
like
stabbed
that.
in the process.
I mean, realistically, you'd think they'd hear a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah, you think you would hear a bit of a scuffle, but you would also think that the walkers would be able to smell or hear the scuffle for Rick's group, because they're out in the streets of Alexandria. And somehow, last episode, it was daylight. It was, there was light everywhere. Now it's pitch black. Within, the space of 10 seconds, they're literally just outside the house. This was like a Walking Dead Telltale game, like cutscene sequence where you're in the house, you're at Herschel's farm, it's daylight, next scene you're in the barn sleeping next to Kenny and the gang. Don't understand this, but...
Yeah, I get it. As a visual standpoint, they kind of want it to be nighttime because it looks cooler and stuff, and it's more creepy, more horror, more scary. But I've never seen it go from day to night as quickly as this.
No, neither have I, but you've got Sam here, he's hanging on to his mum. Gabriel then gets told to take Judith and basically fuck off to the church and keep her safe. So why didn't he take, we said at the time, why didn't he take Sam then? If Sam is so untrustworthy and he's a little kid and he's scared, why didn't Gabriel just take him?
Well, they wanted Sam to go and he said no.
Yeah, but why not force it? He's a fucking liability.
Do you not think it's a bit...
He could get Rick killed, he could get Carl killed, and Rick's just accepting it.
Do you think it's a bit hard to force someone when you're out in the middle of this? Yeah, so what's Rick going to do, raise his voice?
Hey Sam, well you know what?
I mean,
would they have been better off?
Probably like
They probably would have been better off, so they may as well have done it. We've got
yeah, but you're not going to start. You know what I mean? You're not going to start an argument when you're out in the middle of the street, surrounded by walkers, are you?
I mean, I would actually argue later on in the episode they are pretty much arguing in the middle of the fucking street, and the walkers just don't want none of it. But yeah, Owen, he's holding Denise gunpoint at this stage. They're hiding from walkers. She gets grabbed by a walker, and then he gets bit in the process of trying to save her. Oh, look, it's the Stockholm Syndrome, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, Morgan was right after all. This guy can be saved.
He can be saved. Glenn is then talking to Enid. We need to get in there. We need to rescue Maggie. He's like, Dale, Herschel, Bo, Andrea, Tyrese, all these guys, all these women that have lost their lives. And you know what? We need to do it for them.
All these people, Enid, you've never heard of. You've got to do it for these people.
And then she mentions her dead parents, and Glenn's like, I've never heard of them too, brother.
We'll do it for them.
We'll do it for them.
It's... I mean, I get it. Shane never got a mention, by the way. Like, Andrea and Dale, and I mean, Glenn might have been Herschel. Glenn might have been close to these people, but Enid didn't know these people from bloody, some random.
Yeah, like you see if you think of it, right?
Plus, she's like some teenager, like you know what I mean. It's like I think she needs a bit more than that to risk her life, you know.
Shane gets treated right like he's an evil bastard, but if you think of it, like Andrea was with the governor. She was a part of fucking Woodbury. Is she not like...
Yeah, look at the amount of times Shane stepped up to help the group, protect the group.
Yep.
But he does seem to get treated as if he's like on the naughty list where he's not really considered one of them.
I think if Rick's willing to forgive Shane, which I'm not saying... I'm not saying Rick's completely forgave Shane at this point. There's no real reason for him to bring it up to himself. But why should the group have a grievance with Shane? And like, if Rick's kind of let it go? If you know what I mean. Can they not think for themselves? Is it all because they're stuck up Rick's arse?
See, I thought Rick kind of did forgive Shane, but then after, I don't know, I think at the midway point of season 3, I mean, he turned against him again. Because remember when Carl brought him up in season 4? Hey, Shane, remember him? And Rick was like, yeah, I remember him.
I remember that bastard. He does remember him, but we're pretty much going through the herd here, Rick. They're all holding hands.
Hold on, Glenn. See when you were about to get fucking chewed in that well? I mean, who was the one that pulled you up?
It was Shane.
It was Shane, buddy.
It was dodgy leg Shane.
Listen, you notice, that's for sure.
No, it definitely wasn't noticed. He's dead. But then we hear like Carol narrating to Sam about what's going to happen. You're going to be getting ate by walkers. And it's like close-ups of the walkers like biting bone and meat. And Sam's just freaking out. He's like, oh no. Then he looks at a young boy and he shites himself. He starts to panicking, but he won't move. He's whining. Then the walkers quickly notice him. Within like 2 seconds, they're on him. They're biting his face off. They're biting his nose off. Jesse's then screaming. She then gets ate pretty much straight away. So these two get ate, a couple of seconds after get screaming, whatever. Then we get like a 5-minute scene where she's hanging on to Carl. Rick's looking at her, and it's like, right, why are they not reacting to Carl? Why are they not reacting to Rick? Why are they not reacting to Michonne? Fucking plot armor. What's Ron doing while this is happening? Where's Michonne? She only appeared to kill Ron. It's like, I thought this entire scene gets made out to be a lot better than what it was.
Yeah, I mean, even if they're being quiet, like, do you not think it's like one of those things where, like, if one of the humans give away their,
it's snookered,
their realness, everyone else is exposed, kind of deal.
And then like no, but
because like see when you look at like Rick and Glenn in episode 2 of the first season, it's not like they were making noises or deciding to act human. It was just as soon as the rain kind of gave away their cover, the walkers began to smell them.
Yeah.
But like, couldn't that sort of happen here? Like, see once the walkers go, oh, hold on here, one of these groups is a human being, would they not be like? The entire group's human?
I just think this scene would have been done better if they tried it, like, filmed it in slow motion. They filmed it in real time. For me, it didn't work. But Rick, he gets confronted here by the big man, Ron. He's cut off Jesse's arm. Ron has just watched his only remaining family die, so he pulls the gun on Rick. In my opinion, justified. Not that it was all Rick's fault.
Yeah, no, we do see Rick slash with a hatchet. We do see him slash Jesse's arm off, and then we get these flashbacks with Rick, and he's looking back on his time with Jesse, but all the flashbacks that we see tend to be Rick looking at Jessie from season 5 when she was a married woman. It's like, they kind of move forward in season 6 and this Rick and Jesse relationship is just non-existent.
You never seen them together in season 6?
You
don't get the feeling
you felt like they were more romantically involved in season 5.
No, but no, let's get this real though, right? If Rick was romantically...
Let's get it
straight, real, whatever. If Rick was romantically involved with Jesse for a decent period of time, like a couple of months, even 6 weeks, would he not feel a bit, like, sad when this Sam kid's getting fucking ate to death? Or when Ron turns on him, it's like he doesn't give a like, Sam's getting ate, and he's not like, oh, that's the son of the woman that I've now fallen in love with. Sam died, and he treated her like it was a fucking red shirt. No, like, if you compare it to Shane, I mean... You can't keep them safe, they're mine, Rick.
Maybe he didn't want to adopt son, eh?
Maybe he didn't want to adopt them, I wouldn't blame him.
Rick, Shane did say, I'm a better father than you, Rick, and something.
I think the drunken... deadbeat dad, the guy that died, whose name is just absolutely avoiding me. Pete, that's the guy. He'd have right to that claim, but
I mean, Rick and Jesse were obviously in a relationship. Look at the way he reacts. Look at the flashbacks that he's having. I mean,
but why does he not care about our kids? He's no attempt here whatsoever. Just
maybe he's just going through his,
he's going through his emotions.
Maybe he's going through his, I don't know, Rick pimp theme or something.
Pimp my ride. Well, anyway,
and he doesn't care about Jesse's
Pimp
kids.
my Ron, because Ron pulls a gun, shoots, Michonne hits him, skims Carl's eye. Dad?
Of course Ron at this point is going to pull a gun. He's just watched Rick, another one of Rick's plans, get his 2 remaining family members killed, so he's a little bit upset. Michonne, again, doesn't hesitate, doesn't try and talk Ron down, doesn't try and do,
But look, while all this is happening, man, this takes 2 minutes, and the walkers are just looking at them. Oh, it's alright, Ron, we'll let you get your line in, then Michonne gets hers, and Rick gets his. Rick picks up Carl, let's run to the nearest hell.
So when Michonne then stabs Ron, and the gun goes off, and Ron ends up shooting Carl in the eye, and Carl goes to Rick, Dad? And we just see, a big hole in his eye, and then Carl hits the deck, and it's like, look how quickly you see walkers leap on, red shirts and rip them apart. But when it comes to a main character, the walkers, they're not even fucking hungry.
No.
The walkers turned vegetarian at this point. It's like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? And I think this is where the episode derails. So pretty much you've got Carol saying to Morgan, oh, I should have killed you. And then Morgan's like, you can't. Why can't Carol kill Morgan? Why does he think he's got... Well, obviously he's got plot armor, but why does he think he's unkillable? Could you not argue what he's done?
I'm Trev Chan's 2's favourite character, buddy. You can't kill me.
No, but see what people have been killed for in this show? I mean, was what Morgan's done not worthy of, death?
Betrayal, does it really?
Yeah. I mean, this is the same bitch that fucking killed 2 people because they had the flu.
Yeah, and she kills people that she deems a danger to the group.
Yep.
You could argue that
Morgan is a danger.
Morgan's a danger due to his soft-minded, liberal tendencies to just, allow fucking bad people to roam freely in the camp, buddy.
Also, we had Maggie on the guard tower, and this made no sense, man. Enid runs up on a plank of wood that Maggie has access to. And then it's like, oh, it's going to tip Glenn shiting himself in the process. And then what happens? Rick's like, we gotta fight for it. So he runs out in the street. He just starts hacking at walkers. These Diddy people, Barbara, Eric, Olivia, Bruce, Francine, they're all running out.
Forget about those names. I didn't understand why Glenn thought it was so urgent here to get to Maggie. She was safe. On top of this, the walkers couldn't get to her and she was knocked out.
Yep.
She wasn't fucking going anywhere.
Right, I actually think
but there was no need to. Maggie was the safest person. Probably safer up there than you were in one of the houses.
I actually think this is where The Walking Dead died for me.
Yeah, so, right.
Oh, no, let me get my point in, because you've got people who've never experienced combat with walkers, right? Which puts them pretty much on day 1 of the apocalypse. May as well, if they've never dealt with them.
No, well, can we get to that bit first?
That's what we're getting at.
Alright, so Rick takes Carl into the operation room, or not even an operation room, just a room.
Just as an eye patch.
Denise is like, oh shit, I need to help him, I need to save him. So she's patching up Carl, and Rick's like, I know, I ain't sitting around for this, I've had enough of this. So he gets a hatchet, he goes outside, he starts hacking people up. Michonne wants to go and help him, but Denise is like, nah, we need your help here. And then eventually, when she's got Coral stabilised, we get Michonne, she goes out to help Rick, and we also get Aaron and Heath. Now, I mean, you could at least make the case that Michonne, Aaron and Heath are... if you out of the Alexandrian group, Heath and Aaron are easily the two most guys that are capable
Yes.
that we've seen, combat trained or whatever.
Absolutely.
So they go out to help Rick. Now keep in mind, all Rick is doing right now is, I mean, there's no plan here. Like, Rick's just on a suicide mission because he did the same bloody thing when Laurie died. It's a bit lame. I mean, who's Rick think he is, the main character?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so Rick's just, so all the attention, all the centre spotlight's on Rick. But then those other three go out to help Rick, and you're like, that's one thing. But yes, take it away, because what happens after this, in my opinion, like you just said, ruins the show, because you've got everybody and their fucking mother. At this point, I'm pretty sure Denise was probably going to rock up and go out as well.
She was it? Was she not? Or no, it was the other woman? Was the other woman?
The fat one.
Aye.
The one that looks after the supplies, funnily enough.
Anna.
Food.
I think it's Anna, Tobin and Bob. Or another guy called Bob, by the way.
Yeah, so we just get all the residents go out with their weapons, and everyone just starts hacking away at the walkers.
You know what I hate about this though, right? Because I think with this show, I can accept, like, I know we hate certain characters, right? Like, Carol, why'd they book her like that? She went for a dishwasher. But at least you've seen the journey. See with these people, they literally went from dishwashers to Steven Seagal within 3 seconds.
Look at the prison scene. I mean, they're guys that are all physical, right? They're guys that I'm sure have done a lot of shit because they're in prison. Like, Big Tiny gets sliced in the back by a walker.
Yep.
And that's like close. That was like close and narrow halls, so you could argue it'd be easier to keep the walkers in front of you and like not get attacked from behind. These people are out in open spaces and not one of them gets like bitten or scratched or anything.
No, but how can no one see this and be like, this just takes the believability that walkers are a threat and fucking kills it? Because not only are the battle hard, experienced people like Glenn, Rick, Daryl, Abraham, etc., dealing with these walkers, the fucking jobbers in Alexandria that have never dealt with them in their life is now are wiping them out.
Yeah, and they killed them with ease. Like, we never. You'd think they would have just had a couple of people die or something. But nah, they all survived. They all just, and surely, if the walkers are your favourite aspect of this show, if you're a big fan of the walkers and like to see the walkers killing people, or just like to see big walkers in general, surely this dampens like your appreciation for the zombies, because you're going to think, right, well, zombies aren't really that big of a deal anymore, because this is the largest amount we've ever seen, and there were 0 casualties, and the human team, the good team, had a lot of fucking D+ players on the field.
Yeah, so, no, they did.
You know, so it's like, why would we take walkers seriously after this?
No, but this is just like every other show out there, right? Whatever it is, you know, this would be like the wives or like the children of like the main, you know, like the group, or not even the group, but like your main characters, like Walter White, Skylar White, and Marie Schrader, bloody getting attacked by the cartel, and they're actually like joining in the fight with Domi and Hank, and like shooting at like an equal playing field. It doesn't make any sense, and the people will gloss over it because there was a load of walkers this episode. For me, it fucking kills it. I think it just absolutely butchers it, and that's pretty much where it ends. Is Rick's like, I want to show you the new world, and Carl grabs his fucking hand. Boom. End of episode. That is it for No Way Out. Honestly, I think this episode is the biggest episode so far where I can say this is where The Walking Dead died. Because I think with this one, this is officially where the walkers just lost all fear.
Yeah, all credibility, all believability. I mean, how can a main character die for a walker going forward?
Yeah, and for it to be legit. Like, anyone can get caught off guard, but it's just it's like, it's not even like the people who ran out, any of them get bit. None of them got bit. None of them died. Once Rick ran out, everyone survived. And somehow Diana walked out and got outside the walls. But that's for next time. That's No Way Out. I'm going to give it.
Is it a bad episode? I don't know if it's horrible, but it's so overrated. This is considered by most people the best episode ever.
It's so flawed.
How can... I don't see how this can be the best episode ever.
It's got more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. You can't really rate an episode that high when we have just picked holes for it pretty much.
And I'll be honest, before I rewatched it, I would have probably thought off memory a first watch.
Like an 8 or
this
something?
is sitting at like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
But after rewatching it, it's like, nah, you know what, this is really, really
Yo,
mediocre.
is there a lot of character deaths? Absolutely. Are any of them worth a damn? Not really.
And you say that, like, most of the character deaths come early.
No, they do.
Plus we get the leader of the wolves, by the way, yeah, he got shot by Carl.
Brilliant.
Carol.
And Morgan like, oh, what's going on here? Anyway, guys.
Yeah, he's my guy. Why are you killing him?
Why are you killing him? Anyway, it's a 5 out of 10. Till next time.